Okay, so with this question, what you're going to ask to do is, so use the empirical rule. So again, this here is the empirical rule. Find the approximate number of people surveyed with an IQ score between 85 and 115 points. So what you're doing is you're using the information that we plotted earlier. So if we think about where does this lie, so 85 is here, and then 115 is here. So we can see like this range here from here to here is plus or minus 1 standard deviation from the mean. Okay, so one plus or minus 1 standard deviation from the mean. So what we do then, if we want to use the empirical rule, we look here and we see that roughly what the empirical rule tells us is that if we have a set of data and it follows a normal distribution, like this does, we know it follows a normal distribution because you have a bell curve or a standard normal curve, 68% of the results will show up within plus or minus 1 standard deviation of the mean. So this range here that we have that they've given us, 85 to 115 points, is within this range exactly. So what we're saying is that there's going to be 68% of the people, of those 1,200 people that were tested, will their IQ score will fall between these two brackets, between an IQ of 85 and 115. Now, if we think the whole lot of this curve represents the whole amount, represents the 1,200 people surveyed. But what we're interested in, what it asks us to do is, so use the empirical rule to find the approximate number of people surveyed with an IQ score between this. So this whole bell curve represents all of the IQ scores of all of these 1,200 people. But what we're interested in is, we're just interested in this 68% of people. And what the question asks you to do is to work out how many people are we talking about here. So what we're saying is that we're talking about 68% of people. 68%. So what we have to do is we have to get 68% of 1,200 to answer this question. So 68% is equal to 68 over 100. And then if we write that as a decimal, it's 0.68. So what we can do then is, if we want to get 0.68 of this number, we just multiply the numbers by each other. So it's 0.68 multiplied by 1,200. So then if we multiply these by each other, so 1,200 multiplied by 0.68. And that's equal to 816. That's equal to 816. So what we can say is that there are 816 people who have an IQ score between 85 to 115 points. That's how we work it out, and that's how we use this this empirical rule here to work this problem out. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense.